Hello everybody, it's your boy Prytanic and I'm back with some breaking news. Are we seeing the end of late night talk television? You have heard me correctly. Are we seeing the end of late night talk television? We currently have a strike being embedded as we speak. I am on the deadline.com. I am going to read to you what's going to happen with late night talk television shows. So, nightly talk shows including The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon are set to go dark starting on Tuesday, which is today, after writers agreed to strike. Late Night with Seth Meyers and The Daily Show, which had correspondent Dulcie Sloan host this week, also will be hit. The Late Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Tonight Show, and Late Night will officially be in reruns now, waiting on what Comedy Central would do with The Daily Show. Weekly shows at Saturday Night Live, Real Time with Bill Maher, and Last Week Tonight with John Oliver will be similarly impacted. The two HBO shows will shut down, although a final decision on SNL is expected to come later in the week. So we have major implications going on right now with late night talk television. We know that they are being hit with this strike, and the writers that are writing these late night talk shows are currently striking right now. So let's keep reading. Late night showrunners have told Deadline that they will stay in touch with each other as the strike progresses to give a unified approach to the situation. Something that didn't happen in 07 or 08. I have been and will continue to talk to the other shows to see what they're up to, one showrunner said. We've got to support the writers. Our writers are amazing. That said, the rest of the staff is amazing, and I don't want to see anybody lose their jobs or lose a paycheck. What's the happy medium there? Figuring that out. It's not been easy. One Saturday Night Live star told Deadline, "We have to think about our crew too. I absolutely support the writers, and I want the writers to get what they deserve and need. But I don't want our crew to be out of work. We can't make this art without each other." So it looks like they need to be paid more, if these writers pretty much asking. I mean, I'm kind of glad these shows are ending. I don't really like these talk shows these days because they're so political and they're so woke, and they just go off of what these leftist progressives in the media be talking about all the time. You don't really have no, different or own opinionated late night talk show hosts. I grew up watching the Ed Sullivan Show. I grew up watching Johnny Carson, Dick Clark, shows like that. You know what they should do? They should bring reruns of the Dean Martin Show, MASH, the Beverly Hillbillies, the Waltons. Heck, bring back the Three Stooges from the 1930s. I guarantee you they would do some hit numbers today. Just because they wasn't so political, woke, and they didn't have this agenda that they was pushing on people. Now, all these guys talk about is the same thing. I think David Letterman and Jay Leno were pretty decent show hosts. I mean, David Letterman was pretty decent. But Jimmy Kimmel, he's trying to be a stand-up comedian. He's not really funny. I mean, he needs his own, well, they all need their writers. But let's say, if you're a really smart and a funny person, I really don't think you need a writer. I mean, you really don't need a writer if you want to do your own show. I mean, Stephen Colbert is just way too political for me. I don't see how people watch him on CBS. He replaced David Letterman, and he is horrible. Jimmy Fallon, he's not that good. I mean, I had hopes for him to be good, but he's just not. I think the only one I like today is probably maybe Bill Maher, but asking HBO, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't really like none of these talk show hosts these days because they don't have their own, system. They go off the same thing, and they just talking points and for the political media and whatnot and everything. So they really don't have no. Well, being in Hollywood, you have to follow a certain type of distinction and way that you're supposed to go through in their own agreement. So I think that's part of the plan too. But I love the old school shows, man. Like the old school, like the Ernie Ford show, Andy Griffith show. Man, who else had a good show going back then? You had so many good shows. Back then, man. I mean, they were really, really good. The Brady Bunch, the Addams Family. Talking about the old Addams Family. Man, you had so many good shows that you really don't see no more. And I'm kind of glad that Late Night Talk is kind of leaving because it really hasn't been Late Night Talk in a long, long time. I mean, they're just basically the same guys talking about the same stuff. Talk about, political crap. They talk about we should support LGBTQ and gay marriage and the vaccine and all that other stuff, and it's just so much that I just don't like what I'm seeing now. It's just so sick. I just don't like it. So honestly, I really don't care about the late night talk show host today. Johnny Carson was really good. I think Johnny Carson was my favorite. I remember, what's that one show where they had the KFC guy on there, Colonel Sanders. What was that? Was it it wasn't the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. It wasn't that. It was another show. But they had Colonel Sanders on there, and they was talking about how Colonel Sanders was getting closer to God and how he made his living off the KFC chicken and what kind of businessman he was. It was really cool. But yeah, that was really cool to see. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about the end of late night talk show hosts? I'm frankly quite proud of it. Hey, it's not the same. It's watered down. It's boring and it's dull, and I don't even watch it. So, one more thing. Saturday Night Live ending would be huge because Saturday Night Live has been on since the 70s, right? So, oh my goodness, we have had so many people, do the Saturday Night Live hosted, from Fat Albert to Anthony Anderson to so many people. I mean, I can't name them all. It's too many celebrities over the years that has hosted the Saturday Night Live. And, I never really truly watched Saturday Night Live. I mean, I watched a few episodes, and all they do is talk about, like, certain celebrities and stuff like that. And I never really found interest in it. Like, I just don't see no funny part or comedic part about their skits that they do. I mean, I kind of see it as I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel funny to me. Like, it's just kind of lame, really. And people laugh at that stuff. Like, I just don't maybe I don't have a humor. I don't have that much good of humor, but I just never really found interest in Saturday Night Live. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think. It's your boy Protenic. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I'm out.